Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Big for One Gaming here. Welcome back to episode number 93 of Winning a National Title. With every team in the game, if you hasn't missed any episodes, up in the right-hand corner will be a playlist of all of our episodes from episode 1 to 93. But if you're unable to watch those videos, I completely understand it. Down in the description below will be a record of every team that we have done so far and their season they eventually won a national title. Also, if you guys do want to skip the wheel, write a comment down below of a team that you want to see me do, and we can go ahead and get that started. But new episode means new team, which means we get a wheel spin. And let's see which team episode 93 is going to be. And we are going to get Temple. So Temple is the next team that we will do. And Temple, I forgot where they are, so we're just going to go ahead and go all the way down to Temple, who are in the American. So the American Conference, I believe, is really close to being done. But Temple is the next one. They're 79 overall, one of the lower overall teams in the American, so this will be a fun little rebuild. We are a talent developer, which is kind of nice, and they have not been great the last couple years here with this team. So we shall see how this team does. And, of course, we'll check out the coaching abilities. Again, we do have talent developer. We also have elite recruiter as well, mostly for the offense. So that'll be nice. And that's program builder, not the one I want there. There we go. And motivator, mostly for the offensive line. And running backs, talent developer. Oh, wow, they actually have pretty good. Just the lower rated running backs and O-line. And then, of course, transfers. I'm more interested. And then interest boosts. I guess. I don't know. Our offensive coordinator, probably going to let him go, and same thing with our defensive coordinator just because I don't know how well they'll do. But checking out our roster here, we do have a right guard that's 82 and a wide receiver that's 80. We do have Jaquez Smith, who coach prestige is why he wants to leave, but does have 79 as a true sophomore. Quarterbacks is 75. We do have a couple freshmen coming in, so that's kind of nice. Running back, we need some speed. Wide receiver, we need some speed. Tight end, there's okay. Offensive line could desperately use some help. Mostly just depth at this point. D-line is actually somewhat pretty decent. Could use some depth there as well. Same thing with linebacker. Corners desperately need speed. We have actually a good couple free safeties. And we will need a kicker in this offseason. So, or I guess during the season. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything started, and I'll see everyone at the end of season 1 here with Temple. And here we are in season number 1 here with Temple. We go 6-6 on the season. At least we go 500 to start the year. We actually lost the first 3 against Oklahoma, Navy, and Coastal Carolina, but then beat Utah State and Army. Lost to Uconn, beat Tulsa, lost to East Carolina and Tulane before winning our last 3 games against FAU, UTSA, and North Texas. So we actually did face like a couple ranked opponents. So, all in all, I mean, 6-6 is good. We did fire both of our coordinators because we are going to go after 2 other ones as well. But we might get a bowl game. It's possible. Who knows, though? We got a lot of people wanting to transfer, though, and that's not very nice. But you never know what can happen. Dylan Gabriel wins the Heisman Trophy, 3,800 yards, 36 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. And we were taking on Louisville in the Military Bowl. So we do go to a bowl game. Unfortunately, it is against Louisville, who also went 6-6 on the season. But we got to find a new offensive and defensive coordinator. We got to find someone that does pretty good in, I think, tactician and recruiter. We're probably not... We could go motivator, but... This guy's got strategist. I don't need that. We might have to wait a week for offensive coordinator. Let's check defensive coordinator. See what we got on this side. And this is the one guy we need right here. That's 100% the guy we need. He's a tactician, but he has a very good recruiter as well. Hopefully we can get him in just advance next week to see if we got any more better offensive coordinators to see if we can grab. We did lose our bowl game, which is not very nice, but... Oh, well. We did get a defensive player of the week, which is nice. But let's see. We did not get the defensive coordinator. That's really unfortunate. that means we got to start looking for other things as well. Nope, that's not good enough. We need someone with recruiter and tactician. We could go this guy. He's got everything unlocked. And I think that's what we're going to have to do. And hopefully he signs with us. Offensive coordinator, we didn't offer one. Is there anyone that's good that's around? Please? Maybe? I mean, there's a offensive coordinator. We're going to have to go this guy, hopefully, and hopefully he signs. We're just going to have some motivators that will come in and hopefully be decent with us, but other than that, do we sign both of them? And obviously, we only do this for really one season. There we go. We got it done there. So now we'll go ahead and advance pretty much just 2 weeks to get to the end of season recap here. We did lose a middle linebacker, which is unfortunate. But again, we got a lot of people wanting to transfer out. And it looks like Ohio State wins it all over Florida State, which is kind of wild. With Liberty, Oklahoma State, Oregon, NC State, and Texas A&M were the automatic qualifiers. With Ohio State, Georgia, Clemson, Florida State, Syracuse, and Ole Miss, Miami as the at-large bids. But that is going to end Season 1. It is on to Season 2 here with Temple. And here we are in Season number 2 here with Temple. We go 4-8 on the season. Not a very good season at all. We end up going 0-5 to start the year. We beat North Texas, lost to Tulane, then won 2 in a row, then lost 1 and lost in the year. Just not a good year. Not a good year at all here for Temple. So that means we're not going to be going to the conference championship, obviously. We're not going to be making the college football playoff, obviously. We're not even making a bowl game. But we've done better the last couple seasons compared to in real life with Temple. I can't remember what they did this year, but Avery Johnson wins the Heisman Trophy. 3,100 yards, 29 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Had to be some rushing yards in there, or in rushing touchdowns as well. So that's probably one of the lowest I've ever seen win the Heisman Trophy, unless there was just a bad season overall with the top contenders for it. But you never know, unfortunately. But let's check out the bracket here in just a second. Coach prestige goes way down. Championship contender is already down. Conference prestige moved up. That's about it. But Georgia beats Virginia Tech 42-35, and they go undefeated with Boise State, Tulane, Georgia, Kansas State, and Oregon were the automatic qualifiers, with Ohio State, UCF, Florida State, Virginia Tech, Kentucky, and Michigan were the at-large bids. But that's going to end Season 2. It is on to Season 3 here with Temple. And here we are in Season number 3 here with Temple. We go 9-3 on the season, end up being ranked 24th in the nation. A definite difference from the first 2 seasons. Or one of our losses came against UTSA, who went 9-3. They end up 8th in the nation as well. So it was, I guess, a good loss. We did also lose to Cal and Rice on the season. The Rice one was a little rough because they went 3-9. If we would have won that game, we would have been 10-2 on the season, and definitely would have flipped the season around on its head pretty much. But we do not make the conference championship. That goes to East Carolina and UTSA. Both of them did a very good job this year. I'll have to see what they're at. No, we're not in the CUSA. Win the American. East Carolina is 12 and UTSA is 8. We're number 24. So we had 3 people in the top 25 in the American Conference, which is very, very nice. But all in all, we're going to have to sim twice because we probably will get the Week 16. But we did sign a right outside linebacker, so we'll take it. And another one. We need linebackers anyways. We end up being number 23. We're probably going to improve our coach prestige this year, which will be nice, so we won't have many people want to transfer out. But we're not making the college football playoff, but we are making a bowl game for the second time here with Temple, and hopefully we can take advantage of this 9-3 season and improve again into next season. Avery Johnson wins the Heisman Trophy, 3,300 yards, 28 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Good for him. And we're playing Miami in the Military Bowl, a ranked Miami as well. One of the teams we have not done yet as well. So that's So, all in all, we'll probably get them soon. Probably. It's one of the big teams that we have not done yet. But all in all, hopefully we can win. If we do, that'd be nice. We were 9-3. Hopefully we go 10-3. We go 9-4. That's fine. Pro potential improves. Stability, coach prestige, athletic facilities all improve because we jump up from a 1-star to a 2.5-star prestige, which is nice. Playing style, we got a couple quarterbacks wanting to leave, which is not very good. We definitely need our 82 overall. I believe that's our starting quarterback. And Michigan wins over Oklahoma 34-27 with UTSA, Texas Tech, Oregon, Boise State, and Oklahoma with the automatic qualifiers, with Florida, Michigan, Clemson, TCU, Nebraska, Washington, and Alabama as the at-large bids. But that's going to end Season 3. It is on to Season 4 here with Temple. And here we are in Season number 4 here with Temple. We go 10-2 on the season. Another very good season here from Temple. We actually lost our first 2 games, then won 10. How is Penn State 6-6 and ranked 23rd? Anyway, then we won 10 in a row. UTSA, I mean, we beat Tulsa last week. Hopefully we can beat them again here in the conference championship. And if we do, we go to the college football playoff. A loss, and we're probably out of it, unfortunately. Just because we'll probably drop a bunch. And actually, we won. We're 11-2. So program tradition moves up to a C-. Championship contenders, for some reason, goes down to an A, even though we are ranked 9th. But, hey, that's a college football playoff berth in year number 4 here with Temple. I still think we're 1 or 2 years away with this team, but who knows what can happen in these simulations here. We could get a bye going into the college football playoff. That would be great. We just signed a 3-star corner. We did lose a right outside linebacker, but only 2 people want to transfer out is not terrible. Austin wins the Heisman Trophy. 3,600 yards, 33 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the season. We did not win any awards. And we do not get a first-round bye. We are the 5th team to get a win. And, I guess, get their conference championship, because we are the other team that goes in with Pitt, Oregon, Iowa State, and Tennessee with the automatic qualifiers, with Florida State, Florida, Georgia, TCU, USC, Notre Dame, and Michigan, and we have to face Georgia. And if we win, somehow, we have to face Oregon. But let's get it started here against Georgia. They're 10-2 on the season. I don't think we stand a chance here. They're at 90 overall. We're at 85. I don't think there's a shot here that we win this game, but who knows what can happen in these simulations, really. So, who tried to call me? I don't know. Anyways, all these spam calls recently, you know. Anywho, we're going to start on defense first in this one. On the road against Georgia, defense gets a couple stops before they get a safety on us. It's 9-0 after quarter number 1, and it's now 9-7, now 16-7. So we are down 9 points here going into the second half, and now it's by 2. Can somehow, some way pull off the biggest upset. They punted the ball, and then we get a sack, and that's probably going to do it. They get a touchdown. We're down by 9 again. 2 minutes to go. We need a touchdown. Oh, no, we kicked the field goal to be down by 6. The defense gets a 3-and-out. We just need a touchdown. We get one. There's 40 seconds left on the clock. That's going to do it. Somehow, some way, we pull off the upset. 24-23 over Georgia. What happened? I'm at a loss for words. I don't even know how that happened. But we are moving on to go play Oregon in the quarterfinals, and they're ranked number 1 for a reason. They're undefeated. But all in all, I mean, a win is a win, and we're moving on. This is kind of surprising, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know how we've gone this far. But we did. So, gonna have to face Oregon in the Rose Bowl, though. So it's not going to be very fun. But let's get it started here against 13-0 Oregon. We are 12-2 on the season. They're in 89. We're in 85. Again, just like you saw last week against Georgia, overalls don't matter at this point. we beat Georgia. Granted, it was by 1 point, but you never know how these games can go. So, looks like we're starting on offense first in this one. And the offense gets a touchdown. The defense gets a couple stops, and it's 7-0 after 1 here with Temple taking the lead. Oregon, though, will tie the game to start the second quarter, and they get another touchdown to take their first lead of the game, 14-10, after we got a field goal in between there. Oregon will now be up 21-10. Now it's 21-18. Defense got to stop. The offense needs a field goal, and we go 3-and-out. And they get a 2-play drive for a touchdown. This game is not over yet, and now it is. But hold on a second. We're only down 3 with 3 timeouts. Need a stop? We do. Now we need to go like 99 yards in like 4 plays, but we can't do it. And Oregon will win 28-25. I thought we had a chance to get that game too. We almost did. So unfortunately, Oregon ends our run and has a chance to go undefeated still, but it was a closer game than what most people would have thought. Only winning by 3 points against Temple. But hopefully we can take that and hopefully be a little bit easier for next season. But all in all, pro potential goes down. Coach stability and coach prestige are in the A+. How coach stability A+ with Air Force and Kentucky? That's kind of wild. And then A+ for coach prestige with like Michigan, Notre Dame, Oregon, USC, Florida, and Tennessee. So that's very nice. Pro potential going down to a D- is kind of unfortunate. But we don't go up any prestige at all. We're still 2.5. And Oregon ends up winning it all and going undefeated 27-20. They had a lot of close games. 28-25, 21-19, and 20-27 in those games. A lot of close games in these ones. I mean, 7 points, 1 point. Outlier, 1 point, 8 points, 7 points, 3 points, 4 points, 2 points, 7 points, 7 points. A lot of close games in these college football playoffs. But that's going to end Season 4. It's on to Season 5 here with Temple. And here we are in Season number 5 here with Temple. We go 11-1 on the season, ranked number 3 in the nation as well. This is a really good season. We beat Oklahoma, Navy, Duke, Utah State before losing to Uconn as our only loss. But then beat Tulsa, East Carolina Army, FAU, UTSA, North Texas, and Tulane as a big win, 231-14 over ranked number 11 as well. So we win here, we get a bye. I think we have to get a bye. We're number 3, but yeah. But anywho, it all depends on simulation. So hopefully we can get a win, because again, if we do 100% get the bye. At least one of the byes going into the college football playoff. We do win, but we actually dropped to number 5 for some reason. Championship contender goes down to an A. Program edition goes up to a C+. Pro potential still at a D- for some reason. But hey, American champions, we'll take it all day. All we now need is a couple more wins. Wow, we get through 5 touchdowns. All right. We get week 16, of course, so we have to advance one more week. And then we'll see how it goes. 12-1 on the season is very, very nice. But Duff wins the Heisman Trophy. 74 catches, almost 1,300 yards, 25 touchdowns. A very solid season from the wide receiver out of USC. We do get the best linebacker award. He had 50 tackles on the season. I think 15 sacks or something like that. That's pretty good. We do get a bye going into the college football playoff. And it is Oregon, Temple, Louisville, Liberty, and Ole Miss with the automatic qualifiers, with Louisiana Tech, Auburn, Michigan, USC, Tulane, LSU, and UCF as the at-large bids. Liberty's 13-0 and ranked number 3, so hey, you'll never know who we're going to play here. I'm hoping for Louisiana Tech because that'd be an easier game for us, but it's probably going to be Auburn. We are an 87 overall team with an 8 on offense. We are going to be playing Auburn in the Rose Bowl. I guess going back to the Rose Bowl for our second straight year. Michigan beat USC by 2. LSU, I want to say Louisville. LSU beats Tulane by 3, and then UCF beats Oregon by 7. So all in all, we are 2 wins away from a national title here with Temple, which one step closer. let's get started here against 12-2 Auburn. They are an 87 overall team, same as us, but kind of different on how both teams are set up. We have the better offense. They have the way better defense. So both those better parts of the team will be going up against each other. So defense is going to have to get stops on Auburn, and our offense is going to have to score. Looks like we're going to start on offense first in this one as well. And we go nowhere, but we do get a quick turnover, and it's 7-0 after one, after we get a quick turnover on their side of the field. Auburn, though, will tie it. We'll take back the lead. They get a field goal. We'll get a touchdown. It'll be 21-10 at the half. So very good first half. Now let's see the second half. Can it be even better? We get a touchdown, and it's 28-10 here in the fourth. And then we turn it over. We had a chance of getting more. And that was a 4th and 11. They extend the drive. It's an 11-point game, though. Maybe we did score. I can't remember. But 4th and inches, we went for it. Get the touchdown as well. And it's 35-24. They get a touchdown late. But it's not going to matter. Because Temple is going to be moving on after defeating Auburn 35-24. And Temple will be moving on to the semifinal game and 1 win away from a national championship appearance. So the offense definitely proved to be better than their defense, thank goodness. But all in all, we just got to continue playing well because we're going to be facing a tough opponent here in the semifinals. And that team is going to be, we're going to get the Player of the Week awards, Louisville in the Fiesta Bowl. They're ranked number 1 for a reason. I believe they just defeated Michigan as well. And the winner of this game would go play LSU or UCF. So the only twos with byes were Temple and Louisville to win. And they both will be facing each other here in the semifinal game to go for the winner would go to the national championship. But let's get started here. Both teams are 13-1. And they're an 81 overall team. We have the highest overall advantage I think I've seen in a while. Especially this late in the simulations-wise with it being 5 seasons in. But you never know what can happen with these games, you know. It is what it is. We're going to start on defense first in this one. And the defense gets a stop. The offense gets a touchdown pretty quickly. But we do... Both teams started over there in the close to the end of the first, so it's 7-0 after one. Make it 14-0. Make it 21-0, and it'll stay that way at the half. So a huge 3-score lead here in the second half. Louisville will make it a 2-score lead, 21-7 after they get a big turnover. 4th and 2, they had to go for it. 4th and 3, have to go for it. They get sacked. We go 3 and out, so they're not out of it yet. But they're starting to run out of time. They do get a touchdown with 2 minutes to go. The offense goes 3 and out. They need a touchdown, but the defense comes up clutch. We get a field goal late in the game. That's going to do it. We're going to win 24-14 over Louisville. And now that means we are 1 win away from getting another team done here in the series. With a win over Louisville, we will be going to play LSU or UCF in the national title. Both teams are very, very tough at this point in these simulations. I believe LSU is probably around an 87, 88. UCF, I believe, is probably like an 85, 86, if I remember correctly. They usually are that these late in the years, but you never know. Obviously, we'll get the Player of the Week. We'll be playing LSU in the national title game, so we'll actually see what their overall is here in a second. They defeated UCF 36-24 after UCF defeated Oregon and Ole Miss. And LSU beat Tulane and Liberty in close games and then kind of ended UCF season pretty handily by 12. But all in all, we'll have to see how it goes. So let's get started here against 13-2 LSU. And they are an 88 overall team. So I was wrong a little bit. I said they usually are at 87, but they are an 88 in this simulation. So they are usually pretty good no matter what, but we really see them in the college football playoff for whatever reason. Granted, the SEC is pretty tough, but you never know. But anyways, we're going to start on defense first. Now let's see how we do. Defense gets a stop. Offense doesn't do anything with a couple of drives here. It's 0-0 after one. Still 0-0. Now it's 3-0. Now it's 10. Now 10. Now 17-7. There's always so much scoring at the end of the quarters. So 17-7. We have a 10-point lead. Now a 17-point lead. It's now a 14-point lead after they get a field goal. But LSU starts with a football here to start the fourth quarter. We get a huge sack and an incomplete pass, and that forces a punt. And actually, they went for it, failed. We have a 3rd and goal, but we have to kick a field goal to still go up 3 possessions on LSU, but they get a big touchdown. Missed the onside kick. There's only a minute to go. We get a touchdown. That's going to do it. Temple is going to defeat LSU after they get a touchdown at the end of the game. But Temple has won it all. This was a tough matchup, too, against LSU. But, man, did the offense come out and play very, very well, especially to end the first half. Putting up a ton of points just before the end of it. But we will win 34-24 as the final. That's another team down. We'll take it. We will gladly take it, having another team down. I believe next episode, after that one, we'll exactly have 40 teams left to go. So, we're getting down to the final couple episodes here, and we're getting close to this start of college football 26. So, we shall see. And of course, this series will continue into college football 26. There'll be more teams in it next year, so that'll be fun. But checking out the stats before we head on out. Chris with 3,700 yards, 46 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. A very good season from him. Rushing-wise, Weeks had over 1,000 yards with 10 touchdowns. Warner had a 118 and 2. Taylor Jr. also had 85 rushing yards with 2 touchdowns. Receiving-wise, Pope had over 12, almost 1,300 receiving yards, 15 touchdowns. Taylor Jr. had 771 with 13 touchdowns. Dexter, 541 and 6. Sua with 506 and 7. Eli with 233 and 2. Goodwin had 2 catches for 33 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Warner, 3 catches, 13 yards and a touchdown. Defensive-wise, Heron had 89 tackles to lead the team. Obina had 9 tackles for a loss, and he also led the team with 8.5 sacks. Chester Moss did have like 50 tackles, 16.5 sacks, which is kind of crazy. We had Tonga had 9 picks and didn't even wasn't the best corner. That's crazy. He had 9 interceptions with 7 deflections. That's insane. We only forced 2 fumbles, but we did recover them. We did have a blocked kick. We did not have a safety nor a defensive touchdown. Kicking-wise, Ty John had 1 extra point blocked, but I think made every field goal. Why did he not get the best kicker? I mean, he only made 14 field goal attempts, but was 59 and 60 for extra points. Punting-wise, Castellanos had 3,200 punt yards, 10 inside the 20, 10 touchbacks, a lot of punts, and he has a good leg for it, I guess. But no kicker punt return touchdowns here in the national championship winning season. But that's going to do it. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, hit that like button down below. Words are very hard for me apparently today. But yeah, after the next episode, we'll only have 40 teams to go. There's only 134 in this game. We'll probably have a lot more for next season just because there's going to be more D1 schools that are going to be added in. So anyways, hope you guys have a great day, weekend, whenever you guys are watching this, and I'm out. Peace.